Alright, let's see what's going on here. Death toll in Virginia Tech rampage at 33. Blacksburg, Virginia. A gunman massacred 32 people at Virginia Tech in the deadliest shooting rampage in modern U.S. history Monday, cutting down his victims in two attacks 2 hours apart before the university could grasp what was happening and warn the students. The bloodbath ended with the gunman committing suicide, bringing the death toll to 33 and stamping the campus in the picturesque Blue Ridge Mountains with unspeakable tragedy, perhaps forever. Investigators gave no motive for the attack. The gunman's name was not immediately released, and it was not known if he was a student. Today, the university was struck with tragedy that we consider of monumental proportions. Virginia Tech President Charles Steger said, "The university is shocked and indeed horrified," but he also faced with difficult questions about the university's handling of the emergency and whether it did enough to warn the students and protect them after the first burst of gunfire. Some students bitterly complained they got no warning from the university until an email that arrived more than 2 hours after the first shots rang out. Wielding two handguns and carrying multiple clips of ammunition, the killer opened fire at 7:15 a.m. on the fourth floor of West Ambler Johnston, a high-rise co-ed dormitory. Then he stormed Norris Hall, a classroom building a half a mile away on the other side of the 26,000-acre campus. Some of the doors of Norris Hall were found chained from the inside. Apparently the gunman had chained them. 2 people died in the dorm room and 31 others were killed in Norris Hall, including the gunman who put a bullet in his head. At least 15 people were hurt, some seriously. Well, you know, I've been watching this whole thing all day, and I don't understand this at all. I have a kid in college, and I hope that her college would never, ever allow people to just come in to their classes like nothing's happened. I mean, what is that? 2 people are killed and they assume he left the campus. They knew he had 2 different weapons. They knew it from the beginning of this. And they're just going to just lock it out and say, oh, well, he's gone. Are you kidding me? I don't get this at all. Why didn't they call in reinforcements? Why didn't they look, you're talking about a small community, okay? So they could have gone to the radio stations, they could have called them up and said, look, we're not having classes today. Anybody coming our way, send them out of there. Instead, I kept hearing, well, you know, we have X amount on campus, and then we've got all these commuters. They could have fucking put barricades out front. They could have asked for additional help from the outside sources and brought in more cops and put them at the buildings to secure the buildings. But no, they thought it was a separate incident and it was isolated. At one point I heard it called domestic. So they just focused on what was going on over there with the gunman at large. That's fucking ridiculous. And a 2.5 hour delay between the incidents. And then the poor kids, they go into their classes. What? A guy walks in the door, where are you going to go? I mean, this is bullshit. And what really gets me, and this I know I'm going to catch so much shit about this, but do you notice the one kid who had the cell phone and he was videotaping from his cell phone, do you notice how while the gunfire is going off, the cops are out there just standing behind things? I'm sorry. I'm an adult. I'm 45 years old. If I was in a situation where I know there are kids involved or young people, 18, 19, sometimes even younger, 17, 18, 19 years old, my first thought is to go to where the problem is, and if I can do something to help unarmed, then I'll do what I can to help. And if the person's done shooting people, then you go there to help aid people. But yet I see these cops, and this happened with Columbine too. You see these cops, they've got their bulletproof vests on, they've got the gear on, and they're outside waiting. For what? Oh my God, rush the place. You could save lives that way. Do you realize how many people died in Columbine because the police would not go in? And then what's the big deal? Oh, have the kids run out with their hands up. What the fuck is that? You know? Come on. Are you serious? Now, I'm watching this videotape, and there's 27 shots fired, and then towards the end of it, these guys start to make their way in. Huh? What? There's nothing better than to lay your life down for somebody else. And these guys are trained to do it. And they're fucking cowering behind trees? Are you kidding me? This is bullshit. Man, if I were the parents, I would be, and I lost a kid today, oh my God, there would be no mercy for them. There would be no mercy for the president. There would be no mercy for the campus police who made the decision. There would be no mercy for anybody about this. I mean, you don't send your kids off to college to be murdered, okay? This is fucked up. The whole situation is horrible. It's a tragedy. I feel for the families. Like I said, I have a kid in college, and that scared the hell out of me. What did I do? I called my daughter today and talked to her about what went down, and just to hear her voice, because I know how important that is. Well, God bless the people that died today. God bless the people who were hurt today, and God bless the families that have to deal with this, the parents. I can't even begin to understand the hurt that they feel. And I hope to God that they come down hard on the administration, because this was handled all wrong. I'll be back.